There is a specific smell that is chemically engineered to bypass the logical center of your brain and go straight to your dopamine receptors. It is a mix of cured leather, plastic off-gassing, and carpet adhesive. We call it new car smell. That smell is the most expensive perfume in the world. It intoxicates you. It makes you forget that you have student loans. It makes you forget that rent is due next week. It whispers a lie into your ear that says, if you sign this paper, you aren't just buying a machine. You are buying a new identity. You are buying the version of yourself that made it. But fast forward 3 years. The smell is gone, replaced by the scent of old gym bags and drive-through coffee. The paint has a scratch on the rear bumper from a shopping cart. The novelty has completely evaporated. But the payment? The payment is still there. Every single month on the 15th, $850 leaves your bank account. That car isn't a trophy anymore. It is a parasite. And in 2026, that parasite has evolved into something far more dangerous than just a bad financial decision. It has become the single biggest wealth destroyer of the middle class, a trap so sophisticated that most people don't even realize they are caught in it until they are drowning. Just a quick reminder before we really dissect this. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor, so always do your own research before making any investment decisions. We need to talk about what is happening right now in the automotive market, because the game has fundamentally changed. A decade ago, a car loan was a 36 or 48-month commitment. It was a temporary annoyance. Today, the average car loan term is pushing 72 months. We are seeing 84-month loans becoming standard. We are even seeing 96-month loans. That is 8 years. Think about that for a second. You are financing a depreciating asset for nearly a decade. You will be paying for that car when it is literally falling apart, when the warranty is a distant memory, and when the repair bills start stacking on top of the monthly payments. This is what I call the indentured servitude of the road. You aren't buying a car, you are renting a lifestyle from a bank at an exorbitant interest rate. And the trap is designed so perfectly that the dealership experience itself is engineered to disorient you. The dealership is not a store. It is a casino. Every square inch of that building, from the lighting to the free coffee to the layout of the desks, is designed to lower your defenses. You walk in thinking about the price of the car. You think, I want to spend $35,000. But the salesperson, who is a trained psychological combatant, will never talk to you about the price. They will ask you one question, the most dangerous question in personal finance. What kind of monthly payment are you looking for? The moment you answer that question, you have lost. You have handed them the keys to your wallet. If you say, I can afford $600 a month, they will maximize the loan term, maximize the interest rate, and pack the loan with useless warranties just to hit that $600 number. They will sell you a $50,000 car when you wanted a $30,000 car, and they will make you feel like you won because the monthly payment fits your budget. This is called the four-square method, and it is a magic trick designed to hide the total cost of the loan. And then comes the final boss, the finance manager. This is the person in the back office who you see after you've already agreed to buy the car. You are tired. You've been there for 3 hours. You just want to go home. And that is when they hit you with the protection packages. The gap insurance, the paint protection, the extended warranty. They use fear. Are you sure you want to risk a $4,000 transmission repair? They roll it into the loan. It's only another $20 a month, they say. Over 84 months, that $20 is another $1,700 plus interest. But in 2026, the trap has a new, sharper set of teeth: negative equity. Because people are rolling over loans every 3 years, trading in cars they haven't paid off yet, they are adding the old debt to the new loan. This is how you end up owing $50,000 on a Toyota Camry that is worth $30,000. You are paying interest on a car you don't even own anymore. You are underwater, drowning in a sea of debt, but you keep driving a new car so your neighbors think you are successful. This creates a cycle where you can never escape a car payment. You are renting your commute for the rest of your life. Let's look at the math, because the math is terrifying. Let's say you buy the average new car in 2026, which costs around $48,000. You put a small down payment and you finance $45,000 at 8% interest for 72 months. Your payment is roughly $800 a month. Over the next 6 years, you will pay nearly $12,000 in interest alone. That is money set on fire. It buys you nothing. It adds no value. It is pure profit for the bank. But that is just the tip of the iceberg. The real cost is depreciation. A new car loses about 20% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. In the first 5 years, it loses 60% of its value. So you are paying 8% interest on an asset that is losing 15% of its value every year. You are burning the candle at both ends. You are paying the bank to hold on to an asset that is melting like an ice cube in the sun. And speaking of costs, we have to talk about the tech tax. In 2026, cars are computers on wheels. This sounds great until something breaks. A minor fender bender in 2010 cost $500 to fix. You hammered out the dent and painted it. Today, that bumper is full of LiDAR sensors, parking cameras, and radar cruise control modules. That same minor accident is now a $5,000 repair because the sensors have to be recalibrated by a specialist. This drives up your insurance premiums massively. You aren't just paying for the car, you are paying higher insurance rates to cover these complex repairs. So that $800 payment? It's actually $1,100 when you factor in the insurance spike for a 2026 model. The dealership conveniently forgets to mention this. There is another manipulative tactic that dealers use, and it's the most effective one: the safety guilt trip. This is targeted specifically at parents. You walk in looking for a used sedan. The salesperson looks at your kids and says, "Well, you could buy that older car, but this new model has automatic emergency braking and 12 airbags. Isn't your family's safety worth an extra $100 a month?" They weaponize your love for your children to sell you debt. They make you feel like a bad parent for considering a used car. But here's the reality. A 5-year-old car is incredibly safe. It has crumple zones and airbags. You do not need to bankrupt your family's future to keep them safe on the road. Don't let them monetize your fear. Now, let's talk about the opportunity cost. This is the number that nobody at the dealership will ever show you. It is the ghost of the wealth you could have had. Let's take that $800 monthly payment. Imagine that instead of buying that new car, you bought a reliable used beater for cash. Something ugly but functional, and you invested that $800 a month into an S&P 500 index fund. If you did that for the same 72 months, 6 years, you wouldn't just have a paid-off car. You would have roughly $75,000 in your investment account. But here's where it gets crazy. If you kept that money invested and didn't add another dime to it, simply letting compound interest work its magic, in 30 years, that single car decision would be worth nearly $600,000. That new SUV didn't cost you $48,000. It cost you $600,000 of your retirement. It cost you 5 years of freedom. It cost you the ability to quit a job you hate. When you sign those papers, you aren't just signing away money. You are signing away your future time. You are agreeing to work thousands of hours just to sit in heated leather seats while you sit in traffic. So why do we do it? If the math is so obviously bad, why is the average car payment in America hovering near record highs? Why are we voluntarily walking into this trap? The answer is evolution. We are social primates. For millions of years, our survival depended on our status within the tribe. If you were a high-status individual, you got the best food, the best mates, and the most protection. We are hardwired to signal our status to others. In 2026, we don't carry spears or wear lion pelts. We drive massive steel boxes with badges that say BMW or Ford Raptor or Tesla. The car industry knows this. They don't sell transportation. If they sold transportation, we would all be driving 10-year-old Honda Civics. No, they sell status. They sell sex appeal. They sell the feeling of "I have arrived." Marketing campaigns are designed to make you feel inadequate if you are driving an older model. They weaponize your insecurity against your wallet. There is a psychological phenomenon called the spotlight effect. We believe that everyone is looking at us. We think that when we pull up to the stoplight in our new car, the driver next to us is thinking, "Wow, look at that guy. He must be successful." I have news for you. Nobody cares. The driver next to you is not looking at you. They are worrying about their own car payment. They are worrying about their own job. Or if they are looking at your car, they aren't admiring you. They are imagining themselves in that car. You are buying things you can't afford to impress people you don't like, who aren't even paying attention to you. And in 2026, there is a new layer to this trap: the EV obsession. Electric vehicles are fantastic technology, but financially, they have become a nightmare for early adopters. The depreciation curve on EVs is steeper than internal combustion cars because the technology moves so fast. A 3-year-old EV is like a 3-year-old iPhone. The battery is degraded, the tech is old, and the value plummets. We are seeing people owing $60,000 on EVs that are now worth $30,000. They are trapped in the car because they cannot afford to sell it. They are literally prisoners of the battery pack. You might be thinking, well, I'll just lease then. That way I don't take the depreciation hit. This is another lie. A lease is the most expensive way to operate a vehicle. When you lease, you are paying for the depreciation plus a money factor, which is interest, plus a profit for the dealer. You are renting. At the end of 3 years, you have paid $25,000 and you own nothing. You have zero equity. You are back at square one, forced to sign another lease just to stay mobile. It is a hamster wheel designed to keep you paying forever. So how do we escape? How do we break the cycle? The first step is to redefine what a car is. A car is a tool. It is a washing machine on wheels. Its only job is to get you from point A to point B safely. It is not your personality. It is not your status symbol. It is a liability that costs money to operate. You have to fall in love with the beater. There is a profound sense of freedom that comes from driving a car that has a few dents, a car that you don't worry about, parking too close to the shopping cart return, a car that, most importantly, has no monthly payment. When you drive a paid-off car, you walk differently. You have an extra $800 or $1,000 in your pocket every single month. That is cash flow. That is power. That is the money that builds your emergency fund, pays off your credit cards, and funds your investments. I want you to adopt the 20% down, 3 years rule if you absolutely must finance a car, although I prefer buying cash. The rule is this: put 20% down. Finance for no more than 3 years, 36 months. And make sure the payment is no more than 8% of your monthly income. If you run those numbers on the car you want, and you can't make the math work, you cannot afford the car. It doesn't matter if the dealer says they can stretch the loan to 84 months to lower the payment. The math doesn't lie. If you have to stretch the loan to afford the payment, you are buying too much car. We have to stop normalizing debt. We have to stop looking at car payments as just a part of life, like taxes or death. They are not inevitable. They are a choice to sacrifice your future freedom for a shiny metal box today. Imagine a life where your paycheck hits your account, and it stays there. No $800 deduction for the Ford. No $600 deduction for the Toyota. Just your money, sitting there, waiting for your command. That is what financial peace feels like. And frankly, the most impressive car on the road isn't the Ferrari or the G-Wagon. It's the 2018 Honda Accord, driven by the person who has zero debt and $100,000 in the bank. That is the ultimate flex. Don't let the dealership steal your wealth. Don't let the new car smell drug you into servitude. Drive the old car. Keep the money. Build the life that the guy in the BMW is pretending to have. If you found value in this video, smash that like button. It helps us beat the algorithm and save more people from the car payment trap. And if you want to master your money and stop bleeding cash, hit subscribe and ring the bell. Drive safe, stay debt-free, and I'll see you in the next one.